Happy Tuesday, everyone, and welcome to Tuesday Talks with Tammy. I'm Tamara Sterling, Tammy, and I'm a licensed clinical social worker and a quantum healing hypnosis technique practitioner. So last week I talked a little bit about how our emotions are just messengers. They're energy in motion, and they're just telling us that something is out of balance in our lives, that we're either not loving ourselves enough or we're giving our power away to somebody. So basically, our emotions are just designed to be felt, get the message from them, and then released. Oftentimes, we repress those emotions, which can create disease and problems like that. Well, our true power actually lies in our thoughts. So that's what I'd like to talk about today, is how to control our thoughts. We don't want to control our emotions. We want them to pass through. Our thoughts, however, completely different thing. So if you really think about what thoughts are going through your mind on any given day, and you sat back as an observer and watched them, I think you would notice that most of them are very negative towards yourself or your environment or things that are going on around you. And a lot of those thoughts, though, aren't even our own. And what I mean by that is a lot of them are programs that we've picked up throughout our life. So maybe we've heard things from our parents, teachers, friends, society in general, commercials, that we're not enough, we're not good enough, smart enough, pretty enough, nice enough, whatever the case may be, that all of these things that we should be, shouldn't be, should do, shouldn't do, all of that stuff. So basically, our thoughts are just kind of running in the background, and they're usually very negative, and we don't even realize it. So what I would say to you is in order to start changing your thoughts, become the observer of them. Take a step back and watch them as you would as being a bystander. And I think you'll notice that there are different patterns that come up in our thought processes, and most of them are going to be a negative thing. So it's kind of like the old record players, the vinyl record players. They get those grooves in them, and that's how they record and make music, right? So we're doing the same thing with our mind and our thoughts. We're playing the same ones over and over and over again. So what it takes is for us to become mindful of this record that's playing and choose to put in different music, choose to put on a different record, listen to different things. So I oftentimes, when we're having these negative thoughts, they're really beating ourselves up, right? Like, that's generally what's happening, that, oh, I shouldn't have said that, I'm embarrassed that I said that, did that, whatever, right? And we're beating ourselves up. But if you think about it, if we were talking to a friend and they were in a relationship with somebody who was being abusive to them and saying these things, that they aren't good enough, smart enough, pretty enough, and they don't deserve good things, wouldn't you tell your friend you need to leave that person, that they're not good for them? Of course you would, right? However, we do that to ourselves all the time. So what I'd like for you to do in order to kind of start changing that record and changing those thoughts is observe it, and then start replacing it with more empowering messages for yourself. I am worthy. I am deserving. I'm worthy of happy life. I am deserving of peace and love. I am deserving of abundance. And if you need to, start listening to affirmations. There's plenty of affirmations on YouTube that can help you really start changing that record. Now, as you're actively changing your thoughts into more positive and empowering ones, your brain doesn't like change. So it wants to get a little louder, and that's okay. Let it get louder. It means you're doing the right thing. Continue to push through every time that you have a negative thought, that you can catch it. Replace it with a more empowering one. Continue to do that as much as you can, and eventually it will get quieter. It very much will go sit in a corner at some point. So that is one way of doing it, is to just continually being aware of your thoughts and replacing them with more empowering ones. You can also create like a persona of your negative thoughts. You can make it like a little granny that's like, doesn't want you to get hurt, but she's always telling you, don't do that, don't say that, right? Like that kind of thing, a little persona like that. And you can just tell your persona of negative thoughts, hey, I've got this. You can go sit down. Go take a seat and be quiet. It's okay. We've got this. So whatever you need to do to be more mindful of that. And if you think of your mind as being like a garden, all those negative thoughts have created weeds and dead flowers and all that, right? It's not very pretty to sit in your own mind. Most of the time, we are our worst enemies because we're having these negative thoughts. So think of your mind as a garden and cultivate the beauty that you wish to surround yourself with. Plant beautiful thoughts as beautiful flowers. Tend to it. And as you tend to your mind, you're going to notice your life starts shifting dramatically. You will notice that your days feel brighter and happier. You're more at peace. You're more relaxed. You're less stressed. And you're just more happy being in the present moment. And that's another thing that we can talk about maybe next week, is how to be more present in your life. Because we only live in this present moment. We don't live in the past. We don't live in the future. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you can practice cultivating a beautiful garden of your mind. And I hope this helps you to see that we need to control our thoughts, not our emotions. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. Thank you. Bye.